Welcome to Better Daily Life, where we are moving forward 1% better every single day. Download the app and supercharge your journey at betterdaily.life. Now it's time to ditch facts and get facts with your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What is up, Betterment family? This is Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. Happy Tuesday. It is Nutrition Tip Tuesday, and today we're going to walk through something that'll help you on your 1% better journey in nutrition. And today we're going to talk gut fix. I'm very excited to bring this to you. Before we dive into the gut fix, I want to invite you and, in fact, even cajole you and shake you and say, register for the Faithful 40 Challenge. You won't be sorry that you did. We're going to start the Faithful 40 Challenge on October 1st, and it's going to be an awesome challenge. It'll last for 40 days, hence the 40 in Faithful 40. So October 1st to November 9th, because there's 31 days in October, right? That's Halloween. Anyway, yeah, so to November 9th, that is the Faithful 40 Challenge, and it's going to be awesome. What's up, Scott? Good to see you this morning. He's registered. Scott is actually one of our leaders in the Faithful 40 Challenge, and I'm excited for you. It was a year ago, right, that you did your first Faithful 40 Challenge, that you picked up some weight training for the first time, and now you're looking all buff and see those guns? Okay, I'm just kidding. But Scott's shown me his guns, so I'm just flexing back on him, because that's one of the ways that men greet each other. We do the, head up thing, like, hey, what's up, man? We do the head down thing, like, hey, I respect you, man. And then we also, flex on each other, like, hey, what are you packing today? You got a license to carry? Because you're I'm just kidding. I need to stop. People are going to be like, is this guy for real? Like, what's wrong with this dude? It's bro love, okay, that I'm bringing out just for Scott this morning. I really do admire and respect this guy a lot. You rock, buddy. In the Faithful 40 Challenge, we are going to record our nutrition, our mindset, and our exercise publicly around each other to help us move forward on our 1% better journey. I'm excited about what I'm working on here. I'm excited what you might be working on over the next 40 days, and it's going to be awesome. So, register. You can find that link below. Now, today, we're talking gut fix. And gut fix is something, I say gut fix as if everybody knows what that means. Gut fix is a way that you eat for a period of time in order to shift the health of your digestive tract in a positive direction. Around here, oftentimes when I talk about diet and nutrition, what I mean most of the time is how we eat most of the time, right? I don't mean diet as in a thing you do for a short period of time to gain results, and then you go back to whatever you were doing before. Usually when I talk about diet and nutrition, what I mean is you're making improvements that are lasting and sustainable because you're improving habits. An example might be, perhaps, in the last many, many years, you have not been getting enough protein in your diet, quote unquote. Diet as in what you do all the time diet. And so, one of the things that we need to work on is improving your habit of consuming protein, meaning we have to improve how well you incorporate protein into your diet and in what amounts, right? That takes time and energy and bandwidth to create that habit for yourself, but hopefully it sticks around. Hopefully you don't just consume a large amount of protein for a short period of time and then go back to not getting enough protein in your system in order to rebuild and recover, right? That's what we mean by diet and dietary changes around here. Or let's say another dietary habit that you might need to get into is regulating your carbohydrate intake around your activity, meaning that when you're doing intense, difficult things, you require carbohydrates to fuel those intense, difficult things, and so you would consume more carbohydrates when you're in an intense and difficult phase of training and when you're exercising hard that day than on days when you're not exercising very hard. You don't need as many carbohydrates to fuel your intense and difficult activity, especially if you're not in an intense or difficult phase of training. And so that means that would be a dietary habit long term the way this works in my life is I've got rice cakes in the pantry that I eat those when I lift weights. And when I'm not lifting weights, I don't really need to add rice cakes to my diet. And same thing with fruits and that sort of thing. I have sources of carbohydrates in my life that I consume when I need the fuel. But when I don't need the fuel, I'm not like, I could really go for a snack right now. What do I got around? Oh, I've got fruit and rice cakes. No, I don't. That's not how we do things. And so that's diet. That's a long-term way of eating foods and habits. Good morning, KT. Good to see you this morning. Now, all that said, the gut fix is different. The gut fix is I've been eating a certain way for a while. Maybe I've gone through an illness. Maybe I've had something stressful and difficult go on in my life. And so I need to take some time to be good to my digestive tract and give it the best opportunity to heal and to reset and to be fixed. And then I can move on with the way I normally eat. And that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. Scott says, I love rice cakes. They're so good. I got some white cheddar rice cakes in the pantry right now. They are fantastic post-weight training. So the gut fix, this is available to our premium members, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And all of the things that I say in the shortcast apply here with regard to nutrition, because the gut fix does a few things. The first thing it does is it supports healthy microbiome shifting. And what I mean by that is what we eat changes the composition of little bugs in our gut. Some people are like, I have bugs in my gut. It's not bugs, they're bacteria. You're an environment for a whole ecosystem of living things inside of your digestive tract. And they are very, very special and important. They help you break down your food. They help you to produce serotonin, which can regulate your mood. Food and mood, those rhyme all the time. And they can also change, there's studies that show that shifting your microbiome can actually change your circadian rhythm, like how deeply you sleep and how easy it is for you to fall asleep and that sort of thing. They also mediate some of your immune response, meaning that when you're exposed to something that's pathogenic, when you're exposed to something that could make you ill, your microbiome, those bugs in your gut, are actually the first thing that pathogen encounters. And so sometimes they can be really helpful. They can kind of defend the system for you, or they can kind of invite that pathogen in and it can grow and proliferate and cause problems, right? So one of the things that the gut fix does is it supports your microbiome to shift you in a positive direction. Another thing that a gut fix does is it reduces potentially inflammatory foods, meaning that there are things that we eat that can cause the gut to require more recovery than other times. Inflammation is not necessarily a bad thing. It's bad if it's chronic. It's bad if it's around all the time. But it's not bad in and of itself. Inflammation is actually a very, very important process in the body that heals you. Inflammation is the body bringing all the healing resources of the body together with regard to your immune system to an area that needs those healing resources. And so sometimes we eat foods that create an inflammatory issue, a chronic inflammatory issue in the digestive tract. And so in the gut fix, we actually take a break from things that are pro-inflammatory. The other thing that a gut fix does is in addressing the inflammation and supporting the microbiome, we're also taking a moment to support the elimination of toxins and heavy metals, right? So we accumulate those in our body. Our body's actually very, very good at clearing those. That's why you're not dead right now. That's one of the reasons you're not dead right now is your body's very, very good at clearing heavy metals. It's very, very good at clearing out excess chlorine and that sort of thing, because toxins and heavy metals, people talk about that a lot as if we live in some kind of smoggy post-apocalyptic era where radiation is constantly bearing down upon us. And I'm not saying we couldn't live cleaner, but I am saying that our bodies are really good at not dying. That's why you're still around. But this gut fix helps to bring that system that's working well in you to another level, because there are some people who accumulate a little more toxins and heavy metals than they need. Well, you don't need them, but the point is you accumulate them faster and have a harder time clearing them than other people, and that can really weigh on you. It can weigh on your immune system. It can weigh on your digestive tract. It can actually promote the accumulation of fat, since some of those toxins are fat soluble. So in the gut fix, we're addressing those things. So what it looks like is, this is a protocol that I created when I first went through an ulcerative colitis flare-up, and I wasn't willing to take immunosuppressants to get through it. I wanted to see if there was a way, nutritionally speaking, that I could get on the other side of that issue for myself. This was a few years ago, and since then I've put it together to help other people do the same. So I intend to go through the gut fix at the start of the Faithful 40 Challenge. So you'll get to see what that looks like in my food journals and whatnot if you care to follow along. And like I said, it's open to our premium members too. So I'll put a link here in the show notes so that you can go find that. And really, it's on X day. It's not crazy. I'm not changing much about the calories that I'm eating, but what I am changing is the types of foods that I'm eating. I'm steering away from certain processed sources. I'm also steering away from some natural and good sources like pork and beef, for instance. I love them. I love pork. I love beef. I think they're wonderful sources of protein for most people. However, I'll give you an example. Pork, when it breaks down in the digestive tract, is actually the most difficult set of proteins to break down from the animal kingdom. They're very, very difficult for your digestive tract to parse those proteins into amino acids. And one of the byproducts is hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide is, if you have a particular bacteria in your gut working on those proteins, it'll actually create a sulfur gas in your digestive tract. And if you have ever done that before, you know it, because nobody wants to be around you, including yourself. And it hurts and it's yucky and that sort of thing. But some of our protein sources, plus certain bacterial colonies in the gut, those things together can be really difficult for the gut. Creating hydrogen sulfide gas actually also creates an inflammatory environment. And so for some people, taking a break from some of those things for a couple weeks can be really helpful. It can help you to shift the microbiome in a positive direction, can reduce the hydrogen sulfide potential of the digestive tract, and can help you be able to stomach those things a little bit better in the future. And in the meantime, things like protein coming from fish or egg whites, those are proteins that break down a little more easily in the digestive tract as long as you don't have any allergies to those things. So you'll see me go through the gut fix protocol through the beginning of the Faithful 40 Challenge. I'll do it for about 2 weeks, and then I'll return to my default nutrition following that and getting ready for my Tough Mudder. But my question for you is, how's your digestive health? Is everything working on the inside okay? Is your stomach okay? Are you passing things like you're supposed to? Do you regularly have discomfort? Have you felt overly tired lately? When you're assessing the function of the digestive tract, the health of your digestion could not be more important. It really couldn't be. It's the center of our immune system, and it's also the thing that processes the food we eat. And rarely does it get a break or a lot of thanks for the hard work that it does. So, the gut fix. How's your gut doing? I hope it's in a good spot. If it's not, hit us up here, find that link, and let's get you taken care of. Guys, this has been Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. Thank you for joining me for Nutrition Tip Tuesday. Take care of your gut. Check out the gut fix if you have no idea what I'm talking about and you want to jump into that with me over the Faithful 40 Challenge. Until next time, guys, it's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for your 1% better. Be you, just better, in mind, body, and spirit. Go to betterdaily.life, download our app, and check out our 5-star coaching resources. We all have a crust to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.life today.